I feel pleasured and excited to welcome Mr. Gopalji Mehrotra. He is a seasoned strategic HR leader with a wealth of experiences spanning over 3 decades. He excels in partnering with board and CEOs to steer large-scale global transformation, particularly for business at critical junctures. His extensive career encompasses 6 diverse industry sectors, including FMCG, manufacturing, pharma, automobiles, IT, and chemicals. And his hand-on experience in 21 countries has significantly contributed to the growth of business through accelerated global expansion, cultural transformation, and mergers and acquisitions. Currently, he leads HR at HMEL, where he is instrumental in driving the transformation of a $12 billion oil and chemical enterprise into a $25 billion integrated energy corporations. His passion for building high-performing teams and nurturing leaders is evident in his role, and he is also an ICF-certified MCC coach and mentor to CZOs. Beyond his professional achievement, he is a history enthusiast with a keen interest in the evolution of world civilizations and cultures. As an explorer, he enjoys adventure and nature, often found trekking in the Himalayas or on off-roading trails. His blend of strategic insight, cultural curiosity, and adventurous spirit truly defines his exceptional profile. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Gopalji Mehrotra.
I have never been so impressively introduced in my entire 50 years. I'm going to request a copy so I can show it to my wife. Because that's the one person I need to impress in life. That's the only one that matters. So intro was 2 minutes, another 2 minutes with this. I'll finish in 6, no problem. Oh, please don't restart the introduction. Okay, very gracious of you, thank you. So good afternoon, namaste. Try and do it in 8 minutes or slightly less. Thanks for the opportunity. So what I have put forward is, I'm calling it a case study because it is an ongoing pilot project, but it is also suggested as a scope for action, because this is really about revival of handicraft, and we have many pockets in our country where something may be languishing or needs nurturance, and the same model can be applied elsewhere. What I am presenting here is with a twin objective: revival of handicraft and women empowerment. And this pilot project is currently on in rural Punjab. It's about Phulkari. Phulkari, if you break it down, it's actually Phul Kari. So it's embroidery by hand on usually hand-spun cloth. There's no machine involved, and there is no tracing or a pattern on which these artisans, can't just call them women because they are artisans. So it's the design is in their head, and they use their hand and put these beautiful weaves, on fabric. So that is what has been there in the region, Malwa region of Punjab. Malwa is actually the region nearer to Rajasthan. And it used to be as arid as what I saw from the airport till here. But thanks to the river irrigation, no longer looks like that. So this is in the Malwa region. It has been there for generations. It is done by rural women and passed down from, say, mother to daughter, mother-in-law to daughter-in-law. And it's a must, actually it used to be a must, that the ladies of the house will make Phulkari embroidered clothing as the bride's trousseau. And actually when I've gone into these villages, they bring it out, from their trunks, something which was made 40 years ago, 60 years ago, and they're still preserving it because that's the lineage which has been passed on. So that's the pride associated with this handicraft. What we did was, we did a baseline survey in about 400 households in 50 villages. And the typical household income there, reported income, because this is Punjab, was less than 2 lakhs per annum. And in this survey, there was a heartening response that more than 80% of the ladies, they said, yes, we are interested. This is something we've heard of, or maybe seen it being practiced by a previous generation, and we would definitely like to take it up. So we started in those 46 villages, nearly 50 villages, we started with that 80% interest shown, and with 600 participants who underwent a 3-stage selection, phased process, and we ultimately signed up 83 to go ahead with the first 1.5 years of training. These slides I'm sure will be available, so I am just giving you the essence of it and trying to keep to my time. What else was done? Design workshops, so that these women get an idea of the design, the fabric, the color, and the threads. That is what eased them into production, but production of samples. Because this, we went to the region where it has already been practiced, like Nabha. It actually takes about 6 to 10 years for a person to reach that artisan category. So products are being made, but we're just calling them samples because they are nowhere near commercial production or the level of handicraft that it ought to be. Did another thing, because now everybody, this long gestation period, and then everybody will not be able to sustain. When is the income going to come? It's going to be training and then sampling and products. When is the income actually going to generate? So on the side, we set up a stitching unit. So who are either not making it to that category or are going to take more time, they could at least start the income generation so that the interest level remains. Several promotional events were held, inaugurations, people getting together. It also tied it up with Women's Day celebration, where for about 400 women a mela was held, along with health checkups, eye camps, games, prizes, but with the theme of Fulkari, where the best 20 artisans during that bit of training till then, they were felicitated, all to generate interest. Two interesting slides. Now these are mostly women who have not stepped out of their village or at best gone to a nearby town in case of a shadi or an event. And these women, they felt empowered that they could go to exhibitions like this and interact both with clients and guests. And we bolstered that confidence by actually taking groups of them to where such production processes is already happening and also a marketing orientation. So that's where we are now in about a year's time. Like I said, it's a pilot project. Way forward, expanding, diversifying from 80, it needs to go to 300 in the next 1.5 years. But the important part is while training, production, sampling, designing, all that happens, what is critical for it to become sustainable is the branding and the market linkages. Because if that doesn't happen, then it will not be self-sustaining. 40 seconds left, so second last slide. These are the objectives. A dignified livelihood, because these are women who even for their petty daily needs need to depend on the men in the household. So it's true empowerment in that sense. Second, we would like to take this, which has been there for a few generations, scale it up to a national and even a global brand. Something like the Pashmina shawls or the Zari Darzozi or Zari Darzozi of Lucknow. That's the vision. Along with sustained incomes. 0.00. In conclusion, it's a comprehensive strategic approach, both for social and economic empowerment, promotion of entrepreneurship for people who normally don't step out of their village, and revival of handicraft through various partnerships, design houses, there will be fashion shows, tie up with people like Fab India. So that would be the quest in the vision. Thank you very much.
On behalf of United Council for Ancient Wisdom and United Global Peace Foundation, I thank Mr. Gopalji Mehrotra for sharing his views. Thank you so much.